Okay, our next story is here. You know, Kano politics, ever so boisterous, is raising the political temperature in the jurisdiction. In the latest update, the State Commissioner for Information and Internal Affairs, Ibrahim Wega, has called on the Deputy Governor, Aminu Gwaruzo, to step down if he can no longer align politically with his boss, the governor, that's Abba Yusuf. Recall that Governor Yusuf recently resigned from the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, and joined the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC. As far as the commissioner is concerned, political divergence at the top could erode trust, unity, and effective governance. Well, according to Otto von Bismarck, if you remember the first Chancellor of Germany, politics is an unpredictable craft rather than a theoretical one.
You see, what is happening in Kano is very interesting. Very interesting because you have to give it to APC and its leadership.
Okay.
There is something that they must have been, that they are doing that I find so amusing. Everybody seems to leave. We're talking about PDP. A lot of governors have left PDP to join APC. For the only governor of NNPP to abandon council to join APC is very interesting. But I do not agree with the commissioner that the deputy must align with his boss.
His boss.
I don't agree with that. Why I don't agree with that is that both of them were elected as governor and deputy governor. You understand what I'm saying?
On the same ticket.
On the same ticket. But if for whatever reason you decided to abandon the platform that gave you that mandate and you wanted to join APC, it is unfair for you to force your own decision on me. Because, for example, it may favor the deputy governor better to stay in NNPP. He could end up being the governorship candidate of NNPP in 2027. So it is not in his interest to follow his boss to APC. What about that? His boss, for example, could make a deal with them in APC. We had APC that is coming in, we have to give him who is going to be his running mate in 2027. It's possible. So the deputy governor who knows that, look, my own political, maybe my own political future, or my godfather is counsel, so it is in my interest to still be in NNPP because I will gain more. The best I can get in where I'm going is deputy. But I can become the governorship candidate of NNPP here.
Kayode,
like
very interesting. Have you read Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power?
Yeah, it's like a Bible, so.
The first law, Oga, na number one.
Oga na number one. Never outshine your boss.
Never. And law number two, law number three, don't raise your hand too soon. That is playing out here.
Yeah, so Robert Greene he has his thought, Mayor has his thought. And from the angle of the law, I think what Mayor has said is absolutely in order.
Okay.
You know, but you know, this is politics playing up. And looking at it critically, we have precedents. We have the story of Akeredolu and
yes, and the present governor.
and the not even the present governor. Now, there was one before the present governor became deputy, the one that was the PDP candidate.
Oh, Alabi or something.
Yes. Okay. So that's to let you know that as far as the law is concerned, it was a joint ticket.
Yeah.
Somebody may have voted for NNPP because of that deputy governorship candidate and not necessarily the governorship candidate. So they have gotten that ticket and they are supposed to do it for 4 years. But when it comes to politics, and I think the mayor has already said it all, the man wants to stand a stronger chance by still being in the corridors of power. But we know that it's going to be a difficult thing for him. To the extent that the governor can decide to sack commissioners who refuse to join him to APC. He has the power to do so.
Yes.
But as the deputy, he doesn't have such power. And somebody said it is the commissioner that spoke. How can the commissioner speak if he doesn't have the backing
No, it's the
of
governor
the
that asked him
governor?
to talk.
Exactly. So, which means that the governor has spoken through him. But what we are saying is, it is pure politics, and it's bad politics, in my view. It is bad politics to insist that the man should resign. The man was voted for 4 years, just like you were voted.
As a mandate.
So maybe what you need to do...
You can sideline him, and he
That's
was
where I'm
drinking
going.
tea. They did that in Edo State.
Exactly.
Shaibu was sidelined. He was drinking tea.
And when Shaibu was removed, the law was against his removal.
It was reinstated.
Might I bring in the scenario in Bayelsa when the governor died?
Yes, and the guy refused to leave.
Number 2 adopted a look-see attitude, although he unfortunately passed.
Okay.
Napoleon Bonaparte says, if your enemy, in politics, if your enemy is making a mistake, do not interrupt him.
Yes, that's what's playing out in Kano. That's what's for example, Kwankwaso, I used to rate Kwankwaso so highly, but I think that,
until when?
Until recently, because it's not as formidable as I thought.
Pragmatic?
It's not as formidable as I thought, because you see, the governor of Kano, who happens to be his in-law anyway, the governor of Kano is not only moving to APC, he left with all the 40 chairmen of local governments. He left
and
with
those in the House.
And the 22 members of the House. He left with a lot of people. For people to follow the governor, who is your boy, who owed everything to you.
Unlike Wiki.
For people to believe, you understand, for people to be able to follow that Kano governor, I found it so amazing. In fact, Kwankwaso was so shocked that himself and that engineer that was the member of that party, Galadima, they've been everywhere shouting, because I couldn't believe.
Kwankwaso says January 23rd is a day of.
That's nonsense. In politics, there's no permanent friends, no permanent enemy.
No, the governor even reminded him that have you forgotten that you moved to APC too?
What is permanent is interest. And I think part of the problem has to do with the fact that the governor was not allowed to take a lot of decisions. Kwankwaso was overbearing. He was the one in charge of the state. And you know, it's just like the football thing. No matter how a governor is, if he knows that I don't have a say, it is Oga that will say everything.
How do you write?
If he has an opportunity to go somewhere where he's going to be the boss, because the only thing they offered him is that, come, this is a man that wanted to send Ganduje to prison. Ganduje and his family, he was accused them, and he was using the financial something this same person could afford to move to go and join Ganduje in APC. That means that substantially, the guy must have been suffering in silence in NNPP. And then he now felt that, look, I don't have a future here. If I stay till that 2027, I'm not even sure that I will get a second time.
All right.
So, and these people says, come,
how do you
we'll make you the leader of the party in the state.
How do you reconcile this, gentlemen? The same Kwankwaso said, I give APC 2 conditions if I am to come back.
No, you see,
can you rationalize that?
You see what Kwankwaso is saying. Forget Kwankwaso. That's why I said it's not as formidable as I thought. He doesn't have any card to play with. Kwankwaso could afford to negotiate with APC and give conditions, because he would tell them, I have a state that is under me. I have a governor that is under me. You can use that to negotiate when you are coming in. Now you don't have the governor. The governor have left. What? Because they've been negotiating with him. The president has been wanting him to come. In fact, Kwankwaso, according to some sources, Kwankwaso was one of the reasons why Ganduje was removed as the chairman, because he was not comfortable with Ganduje being the chairman of the party. You know, Ganduje used to be his deputy, and they had issues and all that. So
they still have issues.
So he was not comfortable with Ganduje being the party, and they said, okay, let us remove Ganduje and be somebody else. So they've been trying to cultivate him to come to APC, and he refused. He didn't know the time to move, but now it's late. If he wants to come now, he cannot come, because he was giving conditions that any party he wants to go to, they must either make him presidential candidate or something. He doesn't have that thing, because you don't even have a governor. The governor that you have, that you're supposed to negotiate with, you don't have it. You don't have local government chairmen. You don't have a lot of members of the House of Assembly.
And you know
a lot of people are not with you. So and you're only in Kano. You are not in any other state.
The good thing for the governor of Kano State, from the sources we heard from Kano, is that this is a win-win for him. Because there would have been a Barao or another APC candidate
against
who
him,
was probably going to win
Barau now,
okay.
Barau wanted to run.
Exactly, and Barau, you know, accepting him and saying that,
because,
hey, everybody, let's
because the
step
law
down.
in APC is that the governor is the leader of the party in the state.
And
yeah.
he
So
has
when he wanted to come
benefit
in,
of going
they
second
told
time.
him to say, look, forget that man in NNPC that is your in-law, that is NNPP, your in-law that is saying he's the one in charge. Come to us. We'll make you the leader of the party in the state. So when the guy came in, Ganduje and Barau, they were there. They were the one that received him.
Exactly.
And Barau
So,
told his people to say, look,
like you said,
everybody should support the man now.
wasted a lot of time. He had the windows, you know, to explore the magnanimity of the president. But I think he was asking for too much. Don't forget that even Wike, as he stays in PDP, there are still interest in APC, and the president considers everyone. Do you understand? So for you to come, because we don't have facts, we understand that he even wanted running mate, he said he wanted Minister of Petroleum.
Do you gentlemen see Deputy Governor Aminu Gwarzo as an orphan here?
No. Where he is now is going to have a lot of problems because, unfortunately for him, the Constitution did not provide any basic, any laid down job for the Deputy Governor. The Deputy Governor was conceived in our Constitution as a spare tire. So it serves at the discretion or the pleasure of the governor. So if, for example, he refused to join the governor can sideline him and frustrate him. That's why I use this problem. Shaibu has the same problem with his principal at that time. And they made sure that nothing was happening there. They will sack everybody around you. They will just make sure that you go to the office.
They should allow him to attend the executive meeting.
You attend the executive meeting. You will just drink tea and read newspaper. But you see, but they cannot remove him. If they use this House of Assembly to remove him, they're just wasting their time. Because there are precedents. And the court is very clear about it, that this is a joint ticket, and the governor, and then you cannot remove the guy based on all these frivolous things. But you can frustrate him. You can make sure that it's there. But like I said, the deputy governor knows what he's doing. He knows that if he follows the governor...
He's biding his time.
If he follows the governor to APC, is who he is, a deputy governor. But if he waits and show loyalty to Kwankwaso at this troubled time, it will be much easier for him to get the ticket. Because in 2027...
So, but you can, just to...
Of NNPP.
Ticket of the NNPP.
NNPP,
so
yes.
But you can resign and still get the ticket, right?
No, because
it's better for him to be in power.
If they frustrate him and he leaves, it's not good for them. It's good for NNPP to still have a kind of foothold in the government.
You don't think he's in a quandary as we speak?
He is, but you see, I'm just trying to be in his position. I was looking at it that why is it that this man will say, everybody is leaving, and he says, no, me, I'm not going. The only reason why he's doing that is that he's showing Kwankwaso that, look, I'm still loyal to you. And then that loyalty will be rewarded. If for whatever reason, Kwankwaso did not come to any other party, and then Kwankwaso wants to run NNPP in 2027, that guy will probably be the candidate of the party.
All right, folks.
And we don't know what will happen.
Let the debate continue. Ours is to give context to that story. That's the much we could do. So to our next story, which